the show. I'm Kachi Ofia, and you're watching Arise 360. Now, let's dive in to the conversation proper. You've heard the introduction. Now, you are going to meet my guests. Machiavellians, and of course, Modella. What's good, guys? How are you really? Like, let me start with you, Modella. You know, everyone always says, like, how are you? And they're like, oh, I'm fine. But really, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm good, really.
Yeah? You're excited to be out of the house?
Not exactly excited. Everybody wants to stay till the famous day 72, but I'm fine. I'm happy.
But you are a fake housemate, so did you think you were going to stay that long?
No. I knew I was going to stay for 4 weeks, going into the house, so I expected my eviction. I saw it coming.
Yeah. Okay, what about you, Maki? What's popping?
I'm good.
Yeah? I think that was a really emotional goodbye, though. I have to be honest. What was going through your head at that point in time? I was, like I told you, usually we hardly ever, want to talk because there's so much happening in Big Brother Niger house. So to talk about that every day is a lot. So we usually just focus, on Thursdays we do like a whole wrap up. But that eviction, I think it shocked everyone. Twitter was crazy. Everyone yo, Big Brother, what's the meaning of this? How did that feel, really?
It was a difficult one for me, but my goodbye was very sincere because it was from the place of, we could hit our heads, get a headbutt, but would still come to a common ground soon enough. And I'm going to miss you all. It was fun. I enjoyed being in the house, enjoyed being with them.
I love it. I really do. I mean, some people said that was probably the nicest goodbye. So there's two things here. There's the most sarcastic goodbye, and then there's the nicest. Lucy definitely took home the most sarcastic, which was like a peace, literally, bye-bye, I beg. And then yours was the nicest, the sweetest. I feel like, people really felt that. Also because no one saw that coming. But now, Modella, let me talk about your time in the house. Let's talk about your relationships. I mean, you knew you were going to leave. Yeah. So what was the deal with Brian?
We're just cool. I could not exactly tell him that I'm a fake housemate, but I just made him know that, hey, let us just be friends, and that would be it for us. But of course he wanted more.
Of course it says this clip right here, Brian was pouring out his soul. That was his heart. As a matter of fact, let's just listen to that just a little bit, where Brian is literally telling Modella how, she is just his everything.
5 days, I'm like it would be too presumptuous of me to dive into a relationship. I don't know how I interact with people. But I came to tell you because as a person.
See, Modella, people watching at home are just like, what's all this stress? Big Brother, what's the meaning of all this stress? It's evident she's not even going to stay. But do you think now that you're out of the house, you might want to bring up something between you guys? I mean, no one's going anywhere. You're out of the house. So if he gets out as well, would you want to, move it further?
I don't know.
You don't know yet?
We're friends, and I think that is what we are. So
that's just what you are?
Yeah.
Okay, now Amaka, the Big Brother Niger house. Let's start with Fina. Did you see Fina crying?
No, I've not particularly had my phone.
Let me show you. Take a look at this moment. This is where Fina was getting all emotional about you leaving the house.
Can you imagine? I'm gonna use to cook food for everybody to eat if they can't be calling her name like that. Who am I? Shock me. Funny enough, I was thinking I would be the one that would call. To be honest, that's what I thought.
God has a reason for it. God has a reason for it.
I'm telling you, everybody has.
This is Big Brother. Will they
Honestly, it's like they're mourning. It was a really...
But it feels like that when you leave Big Brother house.
Yeah?
You feel dead to everybody. We can't see you anymore. We don't know how long more, so...
Yeah. So, Amaka, looking at that clip now, how did that make you feel?
Oh.
Can you imagine? No, but really though, do you feel the same way? Do you miss them just as much as, at the point when you were leaving? You didn't cry, but did you cry when you left at any point in time? Have you cried? Are you that emotional about the situation?
Funny enough, immediately I left the Big Brother house, Like the first few people that I had the chance to speak with, immediately I knew that it was not a fake eviction. I was like, how do they make this money? Please, let's start making it. That was just what I was all about. Like, you get it, it's not...
It's nothing personal for you.
It's nothing personal. As long as there's a headway, we're going to be making the money. That's why we came here in the first place.
Okay. So in that case then, your closeness to Fina, was that also like, you know, just playing a game, or would you say that was real for you?
For me, it was really real. It was from my heart, because I'm not someone that would be able to put up with a lot of things. Like, I do not have that kind of patience to put. So I was putting up with a lot, like based on friendship. You know, there's no way your friend will not offend you. So
but really, I have to ask though, how do they put it? Amaka, you're always giving, you know, like you're the kind one, you're the giver. Is that really you, or was that just an Amaka in the house energy? You know, because I don't know how you were so patient. And, you know, you laugh off certain things that it's like, okay, for instance, you know, the cases of the relationships, you know, the ships in the house, let me put it that way. Never took it personal. I mean, we saw how that went when Groovy tried to be Beauty. That was disastrous. So for you, you kind of just always took it with, you know, a pinch of salt and just moved right on. So is that how you are naturally, or was that you just knowing that, you know, there's a bigger picture here?
For me, I never wanted to lose myself in the game. That's why I was like protecting my heart and saying, oh, I like this guy, I like this guy, I like this guy, I like that. So it just keeps me in that frame of mind, like, don't take it too personal. Just anything can happen at any time. You just take it and you move on. So that was it.
So now that you have both come out of the house and you're ready to move on, let me begin with you, Modella. What are your plans for the future?
Yeah, of course, I'm going into the industry, like big time. Yeah, I'm an entertainer. I was an entertainer before going on the show. And yeah, I'm going to continue that. Being an actress, a host, a presenter. And of course, I had my businesses before going, so I'm going to push further with them. I had Skindella that I had to bring on a Big Brother show and my other businesses. So yes, an entertainer and a businesswoman.
Okay, I love that. You see, this is a question I often ask with Niger housemates, and I love that you said, how do we make this money? Now, Big Brother happens, you know, every now and then. We've seen, this is the 7th season. But you guys would also agree with me that not everybody comes out and, you know.
And they're popping. And
exactly. So for you, Amaka, what do you think it is that distinguishes this? You've been in the house and now you're out of the house. I know it's still relatively early, but based off of your experience, what would you say distinguishes both parties? The one who come out and make a name for themselves, and the ones who come out, they're popular, but you know, I always say this, I don't want to be popular and not have any money in the bank. Yeah. I just want my money. Popularity, yeah, great, but as long as I have my money, I'm good. So what is that factor that distinguishes both parties for you?
For me, it's all about intentionality. Right from the moment I left the house, I've been singing and shouting, please, where's the money? Market Billions, the brand. I want you to know that I'm ready to work. I'm a hardworking woman. I am Igbo. I want to make the money. So it's like reminding yourself every day that.
So assuming like someone said, okay, you know what, Amaka, in one, let me do 30 seconds, you have a blank check. Yeah, I don't know what I can give you because I mean, because it's easy to just say, okay, bring the money. Oh yeah, you have 30 seconds, like, you know, sell yourself. What are we getting?
Okay, I would say Amaka is a very lovable person, and what you see is what you get, originality at its peak. And I'm going to be selling my skin. My skin is really popping, so I would do a skin brand, and I'm open to anything, like anything that's going to bring value to my brand name, and it's going to bring the money. I'm in for OAP, I'm in for presenting, hosting, and so many more. Influencing, I have so much love from influencing and brand ambassadorship. You know,
I can only imagine the next Big Brother that I just showed. You see, every season the crowd gets bigger. The crowd gets, because everyone's like, see, everybody just wants to blow, everyone just wants to, you know, be popular. But now back to you, Modella. You're speaking about, you know, the fact that skin is something that you are big on. But let's go back into the Big Brother Niger house in terms of people that you are going to miss the most and people you think are going to go even farther. So let's do this. 2 people that you definitely miss so much. And then, who do you think are going to get into, let me say, the top 3?
Yeah, definitely Brian and Daniela. And both of them too. I wish for them to get to top 3.
Okay, but who do you, not you wish now, who you actually feel like based off of events that have taken place, these are the top 3 for me. You were in the house, so you know people who seem strong, people who might not seem as strong.
Well, I would say Brian, Hermes, and Fina. Top
Brian,
3.
Hermes, and Fina. Okay,
Yeah.
Amaka, what about you? Top 3 getting to that day 72. Who do you think they will be?
Fina, Hermes, and Brian.
Fina, why Brian though? Like I mean, you literally almost just said the same thing she said. Fina, Hermes, Brian, and nobody else. I thought you'd even put Groovy on that list.
Okay, Groovy.
No. Let's talk about that. Like, is there a problem with Groovy? Is it like you guys
No,
are
I forgot
cool, or-
Groovy up for a moment, but Fina, Brian, and Fina, Hermes, and Groovy. I was actually thinking of someone else, like
Who are
Fina,
you thinking
Hermes,
of?
I was actually thinking, like, had even Groovy came into my mind, I would have said it, like, because I knew there was someone else.
Okay.
there, so.
Okay. So now, the reason I actually asked you about Groovy is because I know that there was a time something was going to happen, but it didn't, and it looks like it's kicked off pretty nicely now with Fina, who happens to be a very good friend. Your nonchalance to fiends like this, would you say that was like a strategy while you were in the house?
No, not really, because throughout that week I kept on complaining about it. Like, I do not know how people are going to see the whole thing. Like, I've gotten into too many troubles. Like, I was even thinking I was not handling it well enough. I was really trying because I had a lot of emotions. I was trying, and I would only have to vent properly and break down during my diary sections, and then B was always there to give me the energy I needed. And since it was not too serious for me, but the way the thing happened, it will still come back as a shock. I channeled the energy into something else. Like,
See, I can I be honest with you, Amaka? I'm scared of people like you. Legit. And I'll tell you why. I cannot do something to you like this. And you're telling me, well, Amaka, be honest with me.
honestly speaking.
No, really, you can't. How does that work, really?
Look.
How? Are you gonna, just slice me by sleep or like, I'm scared?
I told Fina everything I had to tell her about the whole thing. I
Yeah.
told her that, oh, look, this is where I felt like you did this. This is where I felt like you did that. You understand? I told her. And when we started, like, she wanted to sweep it under the carpet and, like, we started vibing together. But I knew I was not in the right, I wasn't in that same space with her. So hence, I told her, come, let's talk about it. And we spoke about it one morning like that. I think it was on a Monday morning. And we had this conversation. And I told her, you know what now? We are good. I don't do sweeping under the carpet. We must talk about it no matter how hard
it
is. So once I was done talking to her, I removed it from my mind.
So you guys are like, if she comes out of the house now, you guys are like good to go. You guys are great friends. She's someone you would want to keep in your life after the games in the house?
Let's watch that space.
So we should just observe you and Fina's relationship.
Yeah, because she could be in her own space of, like, I came out from the house, a lot of things have been said to me, and I'm trying to be more matured because you have to grow every day, and I'm not acting on them. So she might come out from the house, and she might choose to be what she wants to be. But what I am concerned about is once we're paired together to do a business, we're going to kill it. So I don't have time for stress. I just have time for money.
Love to say. Well, ladies, good luck in your individual endeavors. I really hope that you both get what you're looking for. And you've been in the Big Brother Niger house, you've come out, and of course, once you come out, the real games begin. All right, Modella, thanks again for joining us. Amaka, thanks for joining us, and we're going to be wrapping this up right now.